All right, let's get going. I'm super pumped for the topic tonight. Hey, Erin. Okay, tonight is all about personalities and business, and this is one of my favorite topics to talk about. And I'll go a little bit more into my own personal story with personalities, and then I would love for all of us to try to guess our own personalities if we haven't done that yet. But first, quick question. How many of you guys have ever done a personality test on yourself and you know your personality? Or have you ever done one on your kids or your spouse? I'd love to hear it because this is getting juicy. Okay, so we're not going to talk really in depth, right, because we don't have that much time. So if you like this topic, I suggest reading more about it because it's really interesting. But what's also really interesting is how you can use it in your business. Okay, so we're going to talk about it, how you can use personalities in your business, how you can learn the 4 personalities, and how you can speak the language of all the personalities. So you can actually talk to all the personalities, and they will think that you're talking their personality. Yeah, and Aunt Karen, we're doing Danny Johnson's Gems tonight. Okay, so basically when I first got started learning about personal development, it was probably, 5 or 6 years ago, and I heard about Danny Johnson. So she was one of the girls that I started doing personal development training with. I went to several of her conferences, read her books, and she opened up the whole world of personalities, personal development. She just talks a lot of different things about becoming wealthy, and anyway, the gems is what she calls her personality. So there's a lot of different tests that you can do out there, and I think they're all very similar, but the one that I'm going to refer to today is called the gems. Oh, and make sure you have paper and pen out because you guys are going to be taking a ton of notes, okay? And I'm going to go over all 4 of them, and then I want to know what personality you think you are, just because that's fun, and then how to work with someone with that personality, but how to also attract that person into your business. Okay, so that's one of the main things, because we all have different personalities. They're about even 25%. There's not one personality that is more dominant than the others. But I will say you could be successful with all the personalities. So I went to the conference, and at one point everyone was divided into the personalities that they are, and she had everyone say, like, okay, raise your hand or stand up if you're a 6-figure earner, and there were equal amount of 6-figure earners in every personality trait. So for some of you guys, you might be wondering, how can that personality, become successful? Everyone is very successful. The more that you can learn about them and how to use them for your advantage as far as talking and communicating and building relationships, the better. Okay, so I have to move this because my notes, actually I'll just make that a little smaller. My notes are on my computer screen. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, and this is super fun. And so the other thing too, when I took Danny Johnson's training, we actually bought her entire GEMS course. She has a whole course and a book, and you can test yourself and all that. To be honest, my husband and I were a little, shaky at that point in our marriage, and one of the reasons that we believed was because we didn't know there were different personalities, and we didn't know the other person, like, we have complete opposite personalities. And so after we took the quiz and after we learned about personalities, the things that were like irritating us about the other person, we realized, well, we can't change them because that's their personality. So we have to just realize that that's them, that's how it is. It's not an excuse for anything, but for us, learning them brought us back together or closer, so I think that we can use these in all areas of our life, and also with our kids, so we kind of know all of our kids' personalities, and what motivates one personality will have no effect on another personality. So it's very interesting. So the way that Danny Johnson does it, she has like a triangle, okay? And so for the first one, and I'll go in order, okay? This is really diffusing a lot right there on my face. Okay, sapphire. Okay, so that's going to be one of them. So if you're taking notes, there's sapphire. okay, and then the next one over is a pearl, okay, and then emerald, and then ruby, and then it goes back to sapphire again, okay. And the reason that it matters, because I'll talk about that later, and how they can kind of blend over a little bit, and how there's opposites and different things. So the first one is sapphire. That's the one I'll talk to you about first. And then I'd love to hear if you think that this is you, because then, you know, it's just kind of fun to figure out who you are. Okay, so sapphire, they're motivated by fun. That is their ultimate motivation. And recognition. So they love getting recognized. They love having fun. They love to dance, talk, sing, have a good time wherever they go. And they oftentimes are very disorganized and about 10 minutes late for every event, every place they go. They're the late ones. But they're very positive. They are very optimistic, and they are just very contagious as far as loving life. Okay, they can't stand the rules. But they believe that rules should be broken, right? They don't like being told what to do, and they do not like being on a schedule. Their best gift to give a sapphire would be like a game, or something fun, you know, to do together as a group activity. Okay, so some of you guys are saying that's you. Okay, again, that's just a very, very, very short description of a sapphire, but if you are a sapphire, or you're talking to a sapphire, you want to talk to, let's say we're talking to people we're bringing into the business, okay? When you are talking to a sapphire, they love fun, they love recognition. So let's say you're trying to, again, talk to them about the business. You're like, it's so much fun. You could have DIY classes. You can meet all these amazing people. We're going to go and play with a bunch of oils, and we can, we can do a recognition night and hang out, and you can get recognized for all your hard work. They're going to love that, okay? But if you talk to a sapphire and say, come on, I have a planner for you that you can check the list every day of do exactly what I'm telling you to do, they're going to run away from you, right? You could say, I'll tell you every ingredient in all the products. They don't care about that stuff, okay? All they care about is that they're going to have fun. They want to be recognized. They just want to belong to something that's really fun, okay? That's a sapphire, okay? They're also not going to be very organized, so something like follow-up for their business is going to be very hard for them to do. They're going to have to work on that because it's not natural to them. They're really good at inviting all these people to the classes, and they say, come, it's going to be fun, and they're really good at getting people together and hosting these people, but following up is going to be like really hard because it's not fun, right? And they probably don't have a spreadsheet or some sort of system in place because that's not their natural personality. So that is a sapphire, okay? The next one I'm going to talk to you about, so it goes sapphire and then pearl, okay? So Monica, you resonate with that? How many of you guys, just without even hearing the other ones, think you're a sapphire, okay? Or you're married to a sapphire, or one of your kids are a sapphire, okay? So the next one is emerald. Oh, no, sorry, what did I say? It's pearl, okay? So pearl, their main motivation is by helping others, okay? They want to save the whales, save the planet, save the trees. And I will say that you can be more than one. You can be have one stronger one. So we're all of them. So we all have bits and pieces of all of them. Okay, but there's going to be usually one that stands out that's like very dominant. Rarely, but it does happen. Where you could have two that are the exact same. So like you're 50-50. With the top one, and then and sometimes in one area of your life you can be like in work you're one, and then at home you're the other. So it could change. The more you learn about personalities, the more detailed it gets. But this is very big overview tonight. Okay, so pearls, they love helping others. They enjoy being part of something bigger. Okay, like a cause. They love small gatherings. So sapphires are very social. They love parties, and pearls do too. But they don't want the loud music. Sapphires believe the louder the music, the better. They're the ones with the cars bumping when you're driving. The pearls like small, softer gatherings, calm demeanor. Often introverts. Okay, they can't stand any confrontation. They do not like overly loud people or any pressure to perform. Their best gift is a very personalized gift, maybe something that has their name on it, or something very personal to them, and it acknowledges them. what they did, and it means something personally. When you are talking to a pearl and you're talking about getting them into the business, you're going to talk to them about co-impact sourcing, and you're going to talk to them about how they're going to help a lot of people with these oils, and how all the causes and all the funding that doTERRA does for the girls and days. What's it called? I just posted about that today. The work they're doing for the girls, the sex trade that we're working with, helping the sex trade and getting people out of that. We're going to talk to them about all the testimonies and all the people that we're helping again, okay, and how you can go on lavender fields and you can help and do all that kind of stuff. The day of the girl. Yes, thanks, Ruth. Okay, so that's a pearl. They also are not going to like being pressured into the business. They want to go at their own pace because they're. Sorry, I was getting a call. I swear my husband never remembers that I'm doing these, and he always calls. My kids are out there screaming. I bribed them with ice cream to not come in here tonight. It's Trader Joe's ice cream, but anyway, okay, so that's a pearl, okay? They really do like being part of the team, part of a cause, so I would talk to them about all that stuff, but also, hey, join our team. Like, together, we are really changing the world. We're making a huge impact on the planet. We have people in 8 different countries. We are going global, helping everybody that we can. That's how we would talk to a pearl, right? Because that's what's going to resonate with them. You're not going to tell them, oh my gosh, you can earn $250,000 a month. It's going to be awesome. You're going to walk across stage and get recognized, and they're not going to care about that. They're going to say, no, I don't want to do that. That's not for me. They don't even really like talking about money. Okay. So that's a pearl. Okay, any questions on the pearl, or do you guys think you're a pearl? Okay, the next one, so it goes sapphire and pearl, and the reason I'm doing it in the order, because they have an order. Sometimes sapphires and pearls blend, because if you're next to each other, you blend. So if I were to do like a little diamond, okay, that would be sapphire and then pearl, okay, and then next to pearl, the bottom is emerald, and sometimes those can blend, okay. Most likely sapphire and emerald, they're not blending, they're opposites of each other, okay? Kate says she's heading toward pearl, but I'm a tiny bit of sapphire running late all the time. Yeah, so that's why they're next to each other, so there might be a blend of a lot of things, okay? And I didn't talk about, I'm like reading a sheet here, but I didn't talk about even the clothes. So sapphires love trendy clothes. I mean, we can get detailed. They are the ones with the fried hair because they keep dyeing it. They have to have stylish things, big earrings and jewelry. Like, we can get really detailed on these sapphires. Like, they're the ones, like when you go to a conference and someone's like literally jingling with bells, they're a sapphire because they like need to make music when they walk. I mean, that's an extreme, but it's true. So you can kind of see, like, they're the bags, they've got the nails, they're very into fashion, but they don't care about name brands. They just want to look good. They don't mind getting a good deal. Okay, the rubies, they want the name brands. We'll talk about the rubies later. Okay, and pearls, they just want simple clothing, comfortable clothing. If the shoe is comfortable, they're going to wear that. Sapphires, they don't care what blisters are going to be happening on their feet. They're going to make sure they look good. Okay, there's a lot more of the personalities like that. I said we can't get to everything tonight. Okay, so then emerald at the bottom. Okay, so I've got to move over just a little bit. Okay. Emeralds are motivated by facts and figures. They love to analyze, think things through, plan ahead, organize, create systematic ways of doing things. Okay, they love planners and just details. They like to know every ingredient of everything. They're the ones who love to ask questions, especially before they join. They are the ones with they come prepared with a list of questions after they've watched every single thing on the entire internet. They're still not sure, right? They can't stand being late. When people, they like to follow the rules. They don't like when people don't follow the rules, or they don't like when people do things the wrong way. They're the grammar police on the internet. They don't understand. They want to know everything before jumping in. So they need to know every detail of everything. The best gift for an emerald is a new planner. They love their planners with multicolored Sharpies. Okay, That's what they like. Very detailed. They know everything. Okay, charts, graphs, ingredients. Okay. How many of you guys think you are an emerald? And emeralds and sapphires are opposite. That's why if you have that thing, sapphires are nothing like emeralds, and emeralds are nothing like sapphires. Okay, but a pearl and emerald can kind of go like that a little bit. Your mother, Monica's mother, is an emerald. Emerald and pearl definitely sound like me. Yeah. And again, you can be successful at all of these. You know, they're going to be great with follow-up. They're going to be great with knowing information and how to find stuff. They're going to be the go-to person of saying, where's this? How do I find this? How much? They're going to know the compensation plan inside and out before they even make a penny, because they're just going to study the heck out of it. Where Ruby's like, I don't know what a compensation plan is, but I'm going to go out and have fun selling these oils, right? That's the difference. It's true, but that's the difference. But you need to know these things, because when you're looking at your person, you're like, why the heck are they doing all this? Now you know it's their personalities, because that's what they have to do. They're not going to join unless this reason. So when you're talking to an emerald about the business, okay, you are going to say, I will give you all of the compensation plan. I'll give you all the ingredients, but I will get, most important, I will give you a step-by-step strategy how to become successful. Like, you won't have to guess. I have a chart for you to cross everything off the list. Okay, and those are on the Share Success website, the Build and Live guides. They're going to love those things. They're going to have them printed out, labeled, binded up in their plastic protector binder, like they're ready to go. They haven't done anything else yet, but they are organized. That happens. Okay. And pearls often will give away a lot of product for free, because they don't really want to, they don't feel comfortable taking money sometimes, but they want to help people, so they'll be giving samples to everybody and free bottles and all this, and they're not expecting to get paid. I mean, they should, but that's their personality. Okay. Is this making sense? I hope it is. It's very interesting when you learn all those personalities. Okay, so how many of you guys think you're an emerald? Okay. And plus, now that you're thinking of these things, now you're like looking at the people on your team, you're like, oh, they are that person, they are that person. So an emerald is going to be totally motivated by something totally different. You know, sapphire and emeralds are not going to be motivated by the exact same thing. Marta says, so not an emerald, I'm half and half sapphire and pearl for sure. Okay, well now let's talk about rubies. Okay, so rubies are the people that when I came on here and I said there's 4 different personalities, they all thought their personality is the best. They're like, I'm the best. Whatever's the best personality, that's me. That's what rubies literally think. Okay, they said I'm a diamond. Diamonds aren't even a choice, but they're like, I'm a diamond, because they think that's the best, right? That is a ruby. Okay, so rubies, let's go in more detail. They are motivated by a challenge or goal. They love challenges, they love goals, they're motivated by money too and being the best. They thrive off of pressure to achieve. They love pressure. Where pearls, they'll run away from it, right? They are in it to win it attitude. So if they cannot win, they don't play the game, right? So if you have a kid who's a ruby, if they're playing Monopoly, they're the one who's going to throw the board over and say they're not playing anymore if they don't think they're going to win, right? Because they only want to win. Winning is fun to them. Where Sapphire's like, I don't care if I win, I just want to play the game, right? Okay, so they're willing to work beyond where most will. So sometimes they don't even eat in a day because they're so busy working. They'll do more in one day than other people will do an entire week. Okay, as far as clothes, they love black, they love nice, everything in their life they like nice, they like name brands, they like being the best, having the best. This is also really funny. When they walk into a room, I kid you not, they all agree that they are the best looking person in the room. They have the best person in the room. So ask a ruby that, and so when they walk around, they'll look around, they're like, who's the best in the room? And they all agree it's themselves. Okay, and I know I'm being like very direct, but it's true, and I learned all this in the training too. And I've asked rubies, and they all said yes, that's very true. They cannot stand complacency, okay, or when others lack drive, or they also can't stand when they're not living up to their own potential. So that's why they really want to work hard. Okay, their best gift is they like finer things in life, like spas, golf, shopping, okay? Think gift cards, okay? But they also like recognition. A lot of them really like the recognition, okay? They like black, they like nice things. They love a challenge. Okay, so when you are talking to a Ruby, how you would talk to a Ruby, you wouldn't say, not that they don't care about saving the world, you're not going to talk about saving the world and helping people. You're going to talk about, I'm going to make you a lot of money, okay? I'm going to show you how you can reach the top rank and how you can get to diamond, how you can get to presidential. They want to see it, they want to do it, and they want to do it the fastest, okay? That's a Ruby. And they want to be challenged. So a challenged Ruby can get amazing results, okay? It's crazy. So now that you know the 4 personalities, okay, well, and I will say too, so rubies are like right here, okay? Sapphire's the top. Sapphire and ruby are also very similar because rubies like to have a lot of fun too. They really do. They like to party, they like to go out, they like to have a lot of fun, loud music, all that stuff too. But they like nice brands of things where sapphires don't. So there's a little overlap, and you could have a ruby and emerald, so they can have facts and figures, and they still like to be the best, but they like to track it, and all that kind of stuff, where sapphire would not really want to track all that. So anyway, that's the thing. I don't have a really good thing. You can Google this, Danny Johnson Gems training. Okay, Krista says, what am I? What do you guys think I am? Just wondering. And what are you guys? Joey says, oh, I'm low battery, no. Joey says, I am for sure mostly pearl with several sapphire traits with a taste of ruby. Yeah. And what do you guys, okay, so I want to know, what do you guys think you guys are? And what do you think your spouse is? If you're married, it's kind of fun. And then think about your team. You don't have to talk about your team on here tonight, but it's really important to know what your team is, so you know how to motivate, incentivize, challenge or not challenge, right? That's really important, okay? Because you can throw a challenge out there, and guess the people who are going to love the challenge are the rubies. They're going to be like going after it and trying to win and do it the fastest and do it the best and make sure everyone knows about it. And sapphires are going to do it because they want to be recognized for doing it. And pearls and emeralds, they might be, depending on the prize, right? If you're going to donate to a cause, the pearls are going to be all over it, and in their name or something. And then emeralds, they might or might not be motivated by your challenge, depending on what your challenge is, right? Okay. So, thanks, Monica. Okay, so for me, I'm actually mostly sapphire, but I'm very weird because my mothering and my in some of my business, I would say is pearl. Sometimes I go that way, pearl for sure in the mothering, but I also have a lot of ruby in me too. So I don't necessarily need the best quality of things like name brands and that kind of thing. I don't totally care, although well, I don't know, maybe I do love Nike and Lululemon, so maybe I do like all that stuff too, but I'm more of a sapphire, ruby, pearl, and I'm zero emerald. I very much lack all organization skills and spreadsheets and keeping track. That's all very hard for me. But here's the thing that I had to do for business, and this is what I did get really good at doing this: speaking the language of all the pearls. So a really good refined gem. So let's say if I'm naturally a sapphire, because like if you go in my van right now, it's a disaster, okay? So like those things are natural about me. You want to take your gem and refine it, okay? So I could be refined sapphire, but I could be all of the gems. So when I'm talking to a ruby, you could talk to a ruby. My husband is an ultimate ruby, so I know exactly what to say and what motivates him and what sets him off. It's very easy to do that. But also, if you're talking to a pearl, you know how to motivate a pearl, and you know what to do and not to do. I'm not going to pressure a pearl because that's the best way to kick them out, right? They want to feel loved in the team and like they're doing their part and thank you for your work and you're changing lives, And for emeralds, point them to the direction where they can find all their resources, because even if I told them all of everything, they're going to go out and find it anyway. So it's just knowing how to figure out who somebody is, and then what to do with that information. So one of the ways that I figure this information out, let's say you're talking to them on the phone and you don't know what they look like, what they're wearing, you don't know, you've never met them, you don't know what kind of person they are at all, you're just getting on the phone with them for the first time. There's a few questions that I like to ask, and all of this is in Danny Johnson's book, but it's on the internet too. So I haven't been to her website in years, to be honest. I don't really follow her anymore, but I do love the GEMS stuff. I don't even know what book it would be in. I bought her CD series, and a lot of this is in the CD series, and she talks about the conference. So just look it up, Danny Johnson GEMS, so D-A-N-I, Johnson, J-O-H-N, yeah, okay, so D-A-N-I-J-O-H-N-S-O-N, and then GEMS. Okay, and you can look it up. And she might have stuff on her website. I think it's DannyJohnson.com. Like I said, I haven't been to her website in years. I really was obsessed with her for a while and spent thousands of dollars on her training, and then moved on to the next person. Okay, so when I'm talking to a person, one of the first things I do is I say, what do you do? Right? Because they're going to tell you, I'm a teacher. Oh, I'm this. I'm a salesperson. I'm whatever they are. That will help you. So they're in retail, they're probably a Sapphire, because Sapphires, they think it's fun. If they're a teacher, they're probably a Pearl, because they like helping people, but it's not always. You got to dig deep, okay? And so then I'll say, what do you like about what you do? And they're going to tell me what they like. I like working with people. I like being creative. I like all my facts and figures, or I love to just check off my list each day. I like making a difference. I like being surrounded by people. I like having my own schedule. I like working from home. I like whatever it is that they like doing, right? And then my next question is, I'll say, what do you dislike about what you're doing, right? And then they'll tell me, oh, I can't stand working for someone. I hate when people tell me what to do, or I don't like that, I have to do so much paperwork when I want to go out there just helping people. Like, they'll tell me what they like and they don't like about what they're doing right now. Then I could take that information in my head while I'm listening, because we do the most work when we're listening, right? We're taking what they're saying and analyzing it and thinking, and we're not just talking. You're better in business when you listen, okay? And so then you take that information, and then you know what they're telling you, exactly what they like and what they don't like. And then when you go to the next part about, like, let's say you're going to the business, and they say, well, tell me more about what you're doing, and with doTERRA or whatever, now I know what I'm going to say, because I know what they're going to care about. So with doTERRA, we have all the things to help all the people. We have all the charts, right? We have the checklists. We have the ingredients they can go look, the Source 2 website. We have all that information, the science blog. For pearls, we have all the foundations, right? Rubies, we have top ranks that they can achieve, and then they can make a lot of money. And sapphires, we have tons of events and conventions and DIY classes and things to have fun. So I'm going to talk to them about those things, because that's all true with doTERRA, but I'm only going to talk that personality to that person, okay? Because that's all they want to know. They don't. No one. The other three, Pearl, Ruby, and Sapphire, do not care about ingredients or science. I mean, I know it's important, but they don't care. They trust it. They maybe want to hear a sentence or two, but that's not what they're going to join for, where emeralds, they're just going to study for days. Does that make sense? I mean, I can go on and on, but it's really, this is a basic understanding, and you need to know who you are, and you need to refine yourself so you can learn all of them. But then 2, you need to know who your top people are on your team, and so you know how to talk with them, and you know how to motivate them. And when things are getting hard, you know why they're acting one way, or when you're like, oh my gosh, I'm putting all this pressure on them, or I'm incentivizing them, they don't really care. Now you know why. Okay. Anyway, so wow, it's 9:33. We're doing great on time. All right, what questions do you guys have? Did this help? This was a lot of fun. I mean, literally, we can talk for hours about this, but I just want to give you a brief overview. Well, I do care about the science, and I did research a bunch before joining. Can you be all the personalities? Okay, so we all are all the personalities, and so we all are one. Usually, you have one more than the other. Like, we all have one top one, but we all are all of them. I've never heard of anyone being a 25%. You could be like one, like I said, a job could bring one side out of you, but at home you're more of another side. Okay, Krista, you love this. Ruth says great information. Krista, what do you mean by that? She said, just made me realize how I almost lost a customer. I left out, wish I would have seen this before. What do you mean by that? You almost lost someone. That's interesting. Let's see, that is so weird. I was thinking my mom is a Pearl. She's a teacher. Yep. It's not always, okay? Because there could be rubies who are teachers, but they're probably going to be like the professors at the best universities, right? Because they've got to be the best. So it's always different, and it's not always the case. But once you figure things out, you can tell a lot of times from looking at somebody, not to judge, but the rubies are going to have the perfect hair, the perfect makeup, the perfect clothes, the perfect car. It might be clean, it might not be, but it most likely will be black car and a nice one. Drinking their Starbucks, right? They're going. You can tell them. Sapphire, they're fun, but they don't care if they're perfect. They just want to be thrown together, and emeralds and pearls. Even if it's out of style, if it's good and there's no holes in it, they will wear it. It's not always the case, but this is proven stuff. Okay. Krista said, I almost had someone sign up, and I think she felt too pressured, although I don't personally think I was pressuring her. And the best thing to do is get on the phone with these people too, and let them tell you what they like about doTERRA so far. They'll tell you, oh, I love this, I love that. Get to know them. As we grow in leadership, it's growing ourselves, and it's growing how to ask really good questions, and so we can help others. Your sister is totally a ruby. Yeah. My husband's a ruby, and I am becoming more of a ruby myself, but he's like a real ruby, and they are not always easy to work with and to be with, but when it's not channeled right. But then you have other rubies when they're going to be awesome. I love working with rubies in the business because they actually don't need you. They just say, give me the information, I'm going to go and do it. And they are going to go do it. Where other people say they're going to do it, and they're going to go research to see how to do it, where rubies and sapphires will just go do it. That's really nice. I mean, I think having a ruby on your team is really good, and you give them a challenge, and boom, it's done. If they say they're going to do it, they're going to do it, even if they didn't eat all day. But they also do think they're always going to be right. There's a lot of things. Anyway, that's why, like in our marriage, I couldn't understand why the heck he was doing all these things, and he didn't understand why I was late all the time. And I'm like, see, it's part of my personality. I'm just going to be late, whatever. Oh, man. Okay, my husband is a sapphire, but he also has a ton of pearl traits. Yep. Perfect. Okay, do you guys have any questions before we get off about anything? I'll answer like one or two questions. Just because we're going a little over time, but we haven't hit too long yet. Okay, Kate says, how do you follow up from doing your samples? And I've sent a few customers messages to see how they love them, and they haven't answered back. I would just call them on the phone. And the best sales and customer service happen over the phone, really. And so I would just say, hey, I'd love to call to make sure you're using the products right, see if you have any questions, and then just say, hey, did you have the opportunity to use the product yet? Because sometimes they don't answer because they haven't used it. So if you say it in a way as, have you had an opportunity to use it yet? They'll be like, no, I haven't yet, but I will. Thanks for checking up. It's like, no problem. I'll check up again 2 days. Write down 2 days and follow up with them. And just say, I'd love to get on the phone to make sure that you know how and I can help you. It's all about customer service, and I always think of everybody else as being as busy as I am. although I really doubt that's always the case. But I always give them, like, if it was me and someone messaged me, I am very bad at getting back to people. I really am, and I know it. So if they came back and they messaged me a few more times, I would probably be more likely to actually respond, even though not everyone's the same way. Sometimes they just respond back right away. I'm one of those people that have to really keep coming to me multiple times before I actually message back. Because we're all getting messaged like crazy, but if someone wanted to take it off of line and get on the phone, I'm going to be more wanting to do that and take them more seriously also, that they're going to get on the phone, because a very successful person would not do all business on Facebook. They will take it offline. They will be a professional. So if they are going to act like they're a professional to me, I will treat them like a professional. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question. Oh, you very much dislike calling people. I know. We all did at one point, but you got to get used to it and just do it. And just practice on people that you don't care about first and get that awkwardness out of the way, and then move on to the people that you care about. I don't know. But it is hard in the beginning, and I also felt that same way, and now you just think about it as you are not trying to sell them something. Think about it as you are creating a relationship and just providing customer service. That's it. Okay? That is it. You do not have to think about it as a sales. Don't get all weird. People sense that if you're getting weird, they're getting weird. If you're feeling salesy, they're feeling that you are feeling salesy. They totally mirror what you're feeling. So if you're just calling and saying like, hey, I only have 5 minutes, but I really want to make sure that you're using the peppermint the right way, have you had opportunity to use it yet? And they say, yes, I have. How did you use it? They're like, I stuck it in my eye. I don't know. You tell them, oh my gosh, don't ever do that. You want to make sure they're not doing stupid things with their oils. So it's up to you to make sure they do that. So you say, okay, well, this is what you do. So I just take a drop. So let's do it together while we're on the phone. You put a peppermint on your thing. If you do get it in your eye, you take coconut oil and you rub it out. And now take the leftover, rub it behind your neck. Breathe it in. I'm like, now tell me how you feel. Like, they just want someone who cares, because if they don't know how to use it, it will sit there and they will just look at it, because that's how I was too. I didn't know how to use oils. If someone called me and was like really walking me through it, I would have started a lot sooner. Okay, I had to go out and find doTERRA. They did not come and find me. Okay, I don't have their numbers, so I just ask them. Say, hey, can I just give you a quick 5-minute call? That's it. Just ask them. And once you've done about 5 calls, just like the classes, you're going to get better. Okay? I got 5 rating on my essential oils with Ruth page. Awesome. Sent a sample of lavender. Customer fell in love with it, and she's very appreciative to receive the A to Z guide along with the sample. Awesome job, Ruth. You're good with that. And she's a pro. Loves helping people. And does not like to be pressured. Okay, I often wonder if you sleep, Bonnie. I do, but not a lot. I'm working on that. Seems like you're always working. And I work at like odd hours too. So sometimes I'm laying in bed, just should not be on my phone. That's a bad habit, but sometimes I'm doing that. And I'm in bed, or sometimes I'm sitting in the parking lot picking up my kids, and I'm killing time. So I'm not always just sitting there working. I don't want you guys to think you always have to be. But I have really high goals, so I work more than a hobby business. Okay, so I'm going to be presidential in a year from now. Okay, I have better luck getting people to join when I focus on the relationship part. Yeah, so Amy, don't think about it as a sale. Think about it as you are building a relationship. Relationships first, business second. Okay? The other thing the best thing to do in your business is personal development. I think we've talked about that before, but that's really the best thing. Brittany, or Veronica says to Brittany, you could leave a voice message through Facebook Messenger. Oh yeah, I've done that before. And I'm going to have to try this. When I heard it this way, it was a good way to connect without actually getting on the phone yet. Yep, and the more things you do that make you uncomfortable, the better, because when your comfort zone grows, you grow. And once you start getting comfortable with your life, you need to change it up to do something that makes you uncomfortable. That's how you grow. And what they say is a new level, new devil. So every time you grow, you're going to have new problems. But it's better than having the old problems, right? Because by doing the same thing over and over again, that's insanity. And we don't want insanity. So we got to grow, do something new, and go to the new levels. So, oh, I'm still on. Okay. Alrighty. Well, my kids are coming in. So I think that's a cue for me to get out. And I think he needs to do his project on the computer. So I will talk to you guys later. Michael, say goodbye.
Bye.
Already have a great night, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye.